So I've never done a video like this before. I'm going to blame Ash Sound for this one. It was his idea. He said he was talking to a producer friend of his. So I'm going to blame you, Ash. He's on the phone here. So this is an interesting one. We put up a really wonderful video with him a couple of days ago. In fact, it's 2 days ago today. We got a copyright strike on it. Loads of people, one particular person was saying, there's all these ads on it. We get ads all the time. We never do rant videos about them because we're showcasing other people's music. So if I do a video on a particular artist or an album and then we get a bunch of ads on it, I mean, who really cares? Because that artist is making the money. So it all works out. But this one was a bit of a strange one because Ash, I'm going to get him on the phone. Ash, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Ash, you're currently, where are you? At Heathrow, about to get on a plane?
Yeah, I'm at Terminal 5.
This is a strange one because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be, I usually am. You said, I'm going to play like a generic kind of hip-hop shuffle, and you were trying to explain.
Yeah. It was just a little, remember on the video, I just said, I'm trying to get that hip-hop kind of retro hip-hop sound like this. Just a generic one-handed 16th groove, just sort of to demonstrate what I was getting at sonically. And then sounds like we got a strike. On so many levels, it's bizarre. I mean, firstly, a drum beat actually triggering the software or potentially triggering someone, even if it's that, just a beat, which is amazing. Firstly, I'm trying to get that sound, so it's obviously good enough to trigger some software. So that's the first win. The second one is this a sign that all of a sudden, drum beats are going to be considered part of the writing?
Think of when the levee breaks. I mean, that, that is, I don't know, I'm not going to get into a fight over it because, of course, Clive Stubberfield probably is the most copied drummer in the history of copiness. And you and I, as we talked about the other day, are massive fans of him. And what an insane talent. What a groove.
Yeah. Well, I think that one groove has been sampled something like 3,000 times.
Yeah, I mean,
it's funky drummer.
I mean, it's pretty much responsible for, like, late 80s, British, indie rock, isn't it? I mean, Stone Roses, you name it, everybody was just that.
Yeah, and drum and bass stuff and all sorts. I mean, it's been rinsed, as they say.
What's the interesting thing, of course, is if you take a drum beat and you steal it off of a song, technically speaking, the drummer doesn't own it. It's the songwriter that wrote the song. So here you are saying, correct me if I'm wrong again, but you like, I'm going to, play like a generic-y kind of hip-hop groove, and which you did.
The folks at home can go and listen to the video, watch the video and see what we did. Maybe you could sort of grab a little section of it.
This is the problem. If we put in the generic hip-hop beat that you played, or the artist, which is Logic, and it's called Indica Badu with Wiz Khalifa, Bobby Tarantino 2. If we play any of that, we'll get copyright struck again. So we can't really, in this video, show either your drum beat, which will get a copyright strike, or show an example of the one that you're supposed to be playing. Okay.
So you never got permission, because the last time we spoke, you were looking at potentially getting permission for me to use the groove. I mean, it's crazy.
I don't even usually follow, even bother disputing things because they're usually legitimate, because I'm playing a song of an amazing artist and the person fighting it is the amazing, well, not fighting it, but, wanting to take any kind of income and put ads on the video is legitimate. But in this instance, it was hilarious. I mean, the only real things that are close, in my humble opinion, and is the sound, because it's that dry kind of hip hop beat, that sound that you did.
That's the first win. That's what I was saying. The first win for me, it's like, wow, it's so close. That's what I'm trying to do. It's so close that it actually triggered it, which is incredible, really. So that's a win in a weird way. And then secondly, is this like a moment where we're looking in the future that drawings will eventually be considered part of the writing process?
Well, it's a tough one, isn't it? If you're a session player and you're paid, the owner of the song is going to be the writer, label, etc., etc. But if you're a band member and you're equal co-writer, like great bands like U2 and Queen split all of their stuff evenly. So many of the great bands do. That's why they stay together for so long. So it means that, yeah, if somebody steals, a piece of your drum beat from your band, then, they should be a co-writer. But the problem is this isn't the same beat. You didn't even play the same beat.
No, it's not the same beat. It's just about the same tempo and a similar sound.
I wish we could play you back to back what it is, but we'll only get another copyright strike if we do.
Until they say we can use it. I mean, that's the thing that I find bizarre. Because I'm posting the beats all the time. I did one this morning. I mean, it's just a drum beat. It's like, it could be anything. Could be any song anywhere. Like if you play 3 chords together, there's a very good chance that somebody's done that as well.
So, of course, we were talking about this a couple of days ago. It made me go and check some stuff. So over the years, I've done a cover of many, many great songs. And, of course, the income, and they put ads on it, always goes to the artist. And normally that happens. But I did a cover of Paranoid, I don't know, 4 years ago. And somebody who had covered Paranoid was claiming to own the song. And they had copyright struck our song and put a bunch of ads all over ours because they were saying it was their song. Not Sabbath, but the covers band of it. And then we did a Zeppelin one about a year ago, and the same thing. It was I can't remember the name of the band. It's the Girl Zeppelin covers band. They claimed the income from it. So covers bands now are trying to get the income from the art. It's like, what? What is the algorithm?
That's our cover. Amazing.
Again, I wouldn't bother me at all. Give the money to Sabbath. I mean, Sabbath and Zeppelin, you and I basically owe our living to those guys that created music for us. But for people to cover it and then demonetize and take money from people doing covers and not going to the artist itself is just like, what?
I still can't get over that because it's about the same tempo. It's about the same sonically about the same sound. That's it. And we can't put the video up because those two really ambiguous. It's actually, I think you've got the stems. You put it in a link, didn't you, on the interview? So
yep.
People can someone could take that groove that I played, put a song out and get a copyright strike.
They could download your groove. By the way, Ash has given out, so there's a link down below. So, you can download, if you download it in theory and then wrote a new song over it, you could then get told by this other artist that he's now a co-writer on your song because they're claiming...
It's bonkers.
Yeah, it's a funny world. Again, I am all for Clive Stutterfield getting paid for the amount of tracks that he played on, and even John Bonham's estate but this is just silly.
Amazing.
This is just silly.
Well, the saga goes on. Let's keep it rolling and see what happens. I've got to go through security, so
yeah, we'll go and have fun with Snow Patrol.
Good to see you, man.
So pure comedy, absolute pure comedy. Like I said, I have absolutely no issue with the artist putting ads on videos. In the 3,500 videos we've done, I've never done a rant video, not even once. And I know that the rant videos get you the views. You can pray that somebody will send you a terrible product that you can then go, oh my God, this product's awful, and then people are like, yeah, to me, if we're not reviewing something on the channel, it's probably because it's pretty awful, but if we are reviewing it, we probably know who it would be for. So it's strange to me to even want to make a video like this to complain about something. But when I call one of the greatest drummers in the world, Ash Sohn, and say to him, by the way, that generic hip hop beat that you were showcasing for the sound and etc. has now got a copyright strike because it sounds, at least in somebody's opinion, a bit like somebody else's track. It's just comedy. Absolute comedy. But like he says, maybe this is where AI actually might save our butts, because if AI can literally analyze something and then A/B it and say, no, it's not the same, then that's great. And also AI, if it's being used by, proper professionals, could actually help people like you, because if you've got a track out there and somebody did steal your song, hopefully now you can find those kinds of things. That's where this kind of machine learning, artificial intelligence stuff might actually help creators like yourself make money where it couldn't be made before, because we used to be at the mercy, and probably still are, of people filling in forms. I have had songs on TV shows that I never got paid for. And the amount of effort to try and chase up the $111 that I was owed on a documentary or something like that came out on whatever channel and made, like nothing, is so much work than actually getting paid. And when I went to my PRS, Performing Rights Society at the time, and said, this is what's happening, they were like, it all comes down to the cue sheets. They probably didn't fill the cue sheets in properly. And then somebody else told me that sometimes they'll fill in another artist's cue sheet and you can make up your own mind why they might do that. But that gets done too. So all of these little things, these kind of penny earnings and all this kind of stuff where, you might be making a couple of extra thousand from all your songs, it's not happening. Hopefully, AI and machine learning could actually help that. So identify who should be getting paid for this stuff. But in this instance, it's quite comical. Absolutely comical. And I wish I could play the two grooves back to back, but then we'd get tons of ads on this and you wouldn't even be able to see more than 10 seconds of it with an out and ad coming up. Anyway, what do you think about this? Do you think this is, obviously it's very silly, but what is your sort of feelings about this situation where a world-class drummer like Ash Soanes does a generic hip-hop kind of groove to illustrate the sound and the tone and everything, and then gets a copyright strike saying that it's somebody else's song? Thanks, everyone. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, adios. Thanks, Ash, for taking the call. And if you want his grooves and his everything, just download from the link below. Thanks. Bye-bye.